welcome to Truck Stop Murder and True Crime Podcast. I am Gary Howard. Thank you for tuning in. If you're a return listener or a new listener, if you're a new listener, I am a truck driver. I travel all over the United States, and I stay at truck stops for 30 minutes, 10 hours, and 34-hour breaks. DOT mandates that. And on this podcast, I will talk about the truck stop I have to stay at, or travel plaza, what some people call it. And if you happen to be traveling through there, what's there to eat there, and a murder that happened nearby. And if this is something you would like, thank you for joining in. And before I start, I did an episode back in June 15th of 2022, breaking news where a father drowns his three kids in Round Lake Beach, Illinois, right north of Chicago, is a Chicago suburb, that I wanted to do an update on. He had killed his three kids because they were going through divorce, and he said if he could not have them, she can either. So he drowned them in the bathtub and was going to tell her about it. If you want to know more about it, go listen to the case. But here is the update if you're curious. This is from Support Independence Fact-Based Journalism. Man who told a strange wife, if I can't have them, neither can you, gets life for killing their kids. A suburban Chicago man who told his estranged wife in a note after he drowned the three children, if I can't have them, neither can you, was sentenced Friday to life in prison without the possibility of parole. The Lake County judge sentenced Jason Carrolls of Round Lake Beach after considering victim impact statements written by the children's mother, maternal grandmother, and aunt that called Carrolls a monster who destroyed many lives, the prosecutor said in a statement. Our thoughts are first and the family today. This has been a devastating case for the family and community. That was Lake County State's Attorney Eric Reinhardt said in the statement, which I'm happy it actually ended a lot of times these drag on and on and on. I don't know if it said that he a plea agreement, but this was on February 16th, 2024, where this came out. So there's a few more unsolved cases that I would love to cover. I'm still waiting for that one guy. I can't think of his name right now, but he was at his last meal. He having his last meal and everything, and they decided to hold the execution, and they still have not executed him in Georgia. I will keep up to date with that. But anyhow, let's talk about the truck stop that I'm at right now. I am currently at Sumner Truck Stop and Travel Plaza in Sumner, Washington. It says it has 100 spots. And on the app it says $26 a night, which is not true. I'm not adding a change for six. If you want to stay for 10 hours, it's $16. If you want to stay for $24, it's $28. If you want to do a 34, it's $34. It comes out with 68 cents. Of course, tax and everything like that. But yeah, that's where I'm at right now because Seattle there's a Love's truck stop, but that place is always filled, and there's really not much place to park, so I had no choice in the matter. So because of I deliver tomorrow, so I had to stay somewhere for the night. 100 paid spots, overnight parking. It says there's 3 showers. I haven't seen it. It's all paved. If you want to know the address, it's 2320 136th Avenue E, Sumner, Washington. And it's all paved. They have mechanics here and everything like that. So if you're in Seattle, it's definitely guaranteed parking because a lot of people won't pay to park. They'd rather stay on the side of the road if anything. But yeah, there's the address. It has showers, has everything there. And as for eating wise, this is going to be a quick one. The only thing is Fat Zach's Pizza, which I had just got done ordering, and I ordered like all pigs pizza. I guess it's bacon, sausage, all that stuff with jalapenos, breadsticks, and we will see how it goes. There's also Associated Espresso, which I had a latte this morning, and it was pretty good. I enjoyed it. It's just a little stem. But yeah, that's the only thing nearby to eat or drink. Plus, they have food at the truck stop itself, like fried chicken and different things like that, and some mystery meat. I'm sure not for sure what it is. I think they're ran by people from India. I want to say Indians. What I know Indians, Native Americans, but I think they're from India. Which when you walk in, you can definitely hear the music blaring. So, what do people think about this place? Let's see. For starters, let's anonymous user. Unless they have a name, they're all anonymous users. 1 star review. Very dirty. Customer service bad. Very expensive trucks wash. Quality poor. Expensive dumpster place. Okay. Here you go. 5 star review. Very busy place. I was looking for something to eat that didn't have cheese on it. The lady in the kitchen was happy to make me a fresh chicken biscuit with no cheese. Yes, everything is pricey, but it is the PNW. I will be happy to come back here. Awesome service. Okay, 2 star review. They actually replied to this. The truck stop, expensive place to park at if wait, let me start again. Expensive place to park at if you have to sit for more than 12 hours, $16. Let me like me who couldn't get a load and have to pay $28.61 for 24 hours. Nice piece and sausage place close by. Let's see what Sumner just don't has to say about us. Thank you for your business and review. Our prices are definitely a little pricey, but still very reasonable. We are 5 minutes from major distribution like Costco, and Sumner City has a commercial parking, tax free. That's why our parking is expensive, which explains everything. I was wondering because there was 2 taxes. There's that tax and another tax. I was wondering why I was paying so much. Yep, I paid $28. So here's another one. It's reliable parking close to major port traffic. If you need a shower or laundry, there is adjacent businesses with pricing facility. The pizza place next door is well worth the money. Clean paved lot. Of course, the answer to that too. Thank you for your business review. Please help us so we can get your 5 star review. We really appreciate feedbacks. That was a 4 star review, by the way. It looks like they respond to all of these messages, a lot of them recently. Let's go with this 1 star review. Food is overpriced. Think forward. Take some good food with you. Another 1 star review. And here, let's go with this 3 star review, and I'll get to my case. It said that parking price is steep. Inside is not the best either. On the plus side, there is a wash and fold at the strip mall, which I was looking at the strip mall. It looks like everything is closed. I don't think the only thing that was really open, there's a couple places open, but I don't think it was open. At the front of the showers is the super. Let me start again. Parking price is steep. Inside is not the best. On the plus side, there is a wash and fold in a strip mall out front and showers. That is super nice. The pizza joint out front has killer pie, and the new Frankfurter joint is open now and good as well. Overall, truck stop, not decent. Amenities right out front. Let's see what this guy has to say. Thank you for your review business. We always appreciate your feedback. Our parking prices are decent. You might think they expensive because we have a Sumner commercial parking tax, which makes parking very expensive. And I don't know if I should believe that or not. But yeah, I forgot to put their 2.4 star rating of 796 reviews. So they probably do have a lot of trucks that do come here. Right now, there's a few parking spots. But like I said, being in Seattle, around this area, I've learned that there's no parking. In fact, this is the second episode I'm going to put out that I was around here. If you look at my last truck stop, well, not the last one, the one before him, I was up here, and I did where the police officers were shot down. So without further ado, and by the way, I ordered pizza, and it sounds like I'm in for a treat. I will put it on my Facebook group and let you know. But let's go with the murder right now. But before we do that, let me talk about Fat Zach's. I noticed the time I had to take a little break. I noticed my pizza was going to be ready. So I took a break in the record and went over there and picked it up, got in line, and I heard the woman that was making the pizza. First of all, the place was nice. I liked it. It had like an old-fashioned looking stove, like one ovens, I guess brick stove, but they cooked everything right there where they put it in. It's not like a regular convention oven, which was kind of cool. As I'm walking in, I heard a lady was like, "Oh shit, I forgot the online order." Then she put it in. I'm like, "Oh my god." Whatever. I guess because I'm a man and they're very attractive women, I just let it go. If it was, I'd probably still let it go. But it didn't take them too long to make the pizza. They put the pie in, with all the toppings and the breadsticks, and I was there 5 minutes, so they cooked it pretty good. And I got back to my truck. I tried the breadsticks, was good, and the pie, like a thin crust. That's what it was. And I do enjoy it. I would 5 star just because they were able to correct their issue really quick. If I had to wait there for a while, I don't know. I would be kind of upset because I remember I saw her. She said, "I forgot the online order. He's supposed to be here in 4 minutes." So it's like, did I hear that right? And she goes, "What's your name, Gary?" And the other girl's like, "Oh my God!" She was terrified. And it's no big deal. I'm here until tomorrow, so I was not in a hurry. But the pizza's good and the breadsticks were good. And I'll stop babbling on about that, Desra. That's my wife. Miss you. Been on the road for a while now. Can't wait. We're gonna go on the back on April. I'll be home. But now let's go to the murder.
Let's get right to the breaking news. The shooting at the mall in Washington State.
This is the man police are hunting for this morning. They say he walked into the mall and opened fire, killing 5 people in the makeup department at Macy's.
The Cascade Mall is just outside of Seattle. It's transformed into the scene of a mass shooting. Customers, many of them shell-shocked, were loaded onto buses and then taken to a safe location until their friends and their family could pick them up.
A typical night in suburbia violently interrupted, and ABC's Neil Karlinski is right there in Burlington, Washington with the very latest. Neil, good morning to you.
Dan and Paula, good morning. This is a community on lockdown right now. The man police say shot and killed 5 people inside that Macy's right there was last seen running out across this parking lot towards the highway next door, still armed with his gun.
Cascade all Burlington units. Male ran into the women's Macy with a long rifle. We're getting multiple calls.
The first reports of shots fired started flooding in just before 7 p.m. Surveillance cameras capturing the chilling image. A suspect described by police as a Hispanic man armed with a rifle is shooting people inside the Macy's store at the Cascade Mall in Burlington, Washington, north of Seattle. Joe Zavala and his wife were inside the Macy's when the shooting started. He says he came face to face with the gunman.
What I saw was that there was a gunman holding a rifle, shooting, and he saw me, and I took off running.
There are reports of women down in the makeup section.
Employee calling and advising they are hiding in the break room at this time.
In all, 4 women and 1 man are shot and killed.
I found 2 ladies that were on the floor. One was face down, a lot of blood, pool of blood on the ground, and then there was another lady right next to her. I checked for her pulse. She didn't have any.
A massive search for the suspect follows reports that he ran out, headed for the nearby highway.
Again, caution people, stay indoors, stay secure. If you see something, say something.
Police saying they have no motive. The ATF and FBI joining local police at the sprawling crime scene. Hours after the shootings, terrified survivors from inside the mall were bused to a nearby church, anxious family members waiting for them. Again, the suspect is considered armed and very dangerous. People who live in the area are being urged to keep their doors locked. The manhunt continues, Dan.
It's a horrifying story, and it's not over yet. Neil, thank you.
And that individual later will be identified as Archon Seaton. On September 23rd, 2016, Seaton bought tickets to the evening showing of the movie Showdown at the Cascade Mall in Burlington, Washington. He propped open the theater's exit door with a cell phone and left the theater in the same fashion as the 2012 Aurora, Colorado shooting in that theater there. How that was carried out, however, a theater associate found the phone and turned it into a theater kiosk where Seaton, retrieved it shortly before 7 p.m. Pacific daytime. On the same day, Seaton walked into a Macy's store at Cascade Mall with a stolen Ruger 1020 rifle and opened fire. The latter of whom died the next day I'm getting ahead of myself. Video footage of the shooting released on October 28th showed the gunman randomly targeting his victims. He first killed a teenage girl near some clothing racks, then approached a cosmetic counter where he killed 1 man and 3 women. All the victims were shot at close range, while others present in the store escaped unharmed because of their distance from the shooter. Afterwards, the gunman abandoned the weapon and fled the scene in a blue 4-door vehicle. The FBI ATF provided assistance in the Burlington police to them and the Washington State Police in investigating the shooting. The shooting followed a number of widely publicized attacks on shopping centers and came a week after a mass stabbing at the Crossroads Center shopping mall in St. Cloud, Minnesota, which if I'm ever around that area, I'll probably talk about that. My wife told me I should go back to my original format, start doing episodes where I'm at. So I'll do my best. But yeah, the victims were 5 people who were killed in the shooting. They were Sarah Lara. She was a 16-year-old sophomore at Mount Vernon High School, which was a cancer survivor. It sadly, fell to this asshole. Chuck Egan, 61, a Boeing maintenance worker with Lake Stevens. Belinda Galdi, a probation officer with the County District Court. Patrice Dotson, 95, that's her mom, Glen's mother. And Shayla Martin, 52, a makeup artist at Macy's. So he was arrested and found with no incidents, and here is the news clip of how the arrest went down.
An arrest in that deadly mall shooting in Washington State.
Yeah, there's the mugshot of the suspect. His name is Archon Seaton. He's 20 years old. Police say he walked into the Cascade Mall in Burlington, Washington, opened fire, and killed 5 people inside of a Macy's.
This morning, ABC News has identified a MySpace page that apparently belongs to Seaton and contains pictures of him posing with various firearms.
Police say they were able to track him down through tips and security footage, the arrest coming just as a prayer service was being held for the 5 victims. ABC's Neil Karlinski is right there in Burlington, Washington with the latest this morning. Neil, good morning to you.
Dan and Paula, good morning. That's right. They were able to zero in on the suspect through tips and also security cameras here in the mall parking lot. They were able to identify his car and track it to a nearby town where they found him not hiding out, but simply walking around. The arrest happened without a single shot fired.
He was right there walking. I'm detained.
Suspected Cascade Mall shooter, 20-year-old Archon Seaton, a recent high school graduate and grocery bagger, according to his Facebook page.
I saw an individual walking northbound on the sidewalk, and I instantly recognized. I did an abrupt U-turn, hit my lights, pulled my gun, and took the individual into custody.
They found him in Oak Harbor, Washington, a small Navy community about 40 minutes away from the shooting. Officers spotted him simply walking down the street.
He said nothing. He was kind of zombie-like. He did not have a weapon with him. He had a satchel, leather satchel, appeared to be a computer inside the bag.
Police arrested Seaton almost exactly 24 hours after the shooting rampage inside this Macy's. 4 women and 1 man shot to death near the makeup department. A MySpace page apparently belonging to Seaton shows several pictures of him posing with various firearms. Hours earlier, police had released new images from inside the mall. Seaton, they say, in a t-shirt and shorts, no tactical gear, and nothing to make him stand out before allegedly opening fire.
Reports of 3 to 4 down inside. I got 1 rifle left in this area empty.
To see it happen 20 feet away from you is just, it's insane to me. It's crazy. And I never thought that I would be in that position to be staring at somebody who is losing their life, and I can't do anything about it.
The victims range in age from a teenage cancer survivor to a senior citizen. Police are looking into reports Seaton's ex-girlfriend may have worked at the Macy's, but for now, the motive remains unknown. The suspect is from Turkey, but is a legal resident of the United States. There is no believed link to terrorism at this point, and the suspect will make his first court appearance on Monday. Paula?
Yeah, that motive, the big question. Neil, thank you.
So after being arrested, Seaton was charged with premeditated intent on 5 counts of aggravated murder, a charge that was upgraded from the initial charge of first-degree premeditated murder. The charge of aggravated murder is punishable by sentence of life without parole, or at the time of the shooting, by the death penalty. Archon Seaton let's talk about a little bit about the perpetrator. Archon Seaton was born in Adana, Turkey. He immigrated to the United States as a child after his mother married a U.S. citizen. Authorities initially identified him as a permanent resident until further investigated found that he was a naturalized American citizen. He graduated from Oak Harbor High School in 2015 and worked as a bagger at the commissary at the Navy Air Station in Wembley, I believe. Seaton was arrested without incident, of course, as you heard, on the evening of September 24th while he was walking on Oak Harbor Road, Northeast 7th Avenue in Oak Harbor, Washington. 2 days later, he confessed his shooting. Seaton was charged with 5 counts of aggravated murder. He is being evaluated for mental health concerns. Seaton's prior arrest, He was a defendant in 7 cases in Island County District Court for 2013 to 2015 and was arrested in July 2015 on charges of assault in the 4th degree. Seaton was ordered to undergo mental health counseling, which he completed March 2016. The court also imposed an order for him not to take any kind of drugs or drink any alcohol as August 25th, 2016. No breach of the court order against Seaton was ever been identified. On April 17, 2017, the media reported that Seaton had, this is why I was getting ahead of myself, he hung himself the previous night in the county jail. I'm not even going to know, Hosmish County Jail. An investigation by the county officer concluded that Seaton killed himself. So why would he do this? What was his motive? Police have determined a motive for shooting before Seaton's arrest. Authorities stated they had no reason to believe the incident was related to terrorism. Seaton told authorities that he was interested in the activities of ISIS, but when asked if the terrorist group had inspired his actions, he replied, "I can't answer that," on social media. Seaton posted photos of serial killer Ted Bundy, which I was looking a lot of stuff I get on Infamous America app, and he is all over the place. Also, Islamic State leader Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi, I don't know. On September 25, 2016, reports said that Seaton may have been motivated by a breakup of relationship with a worker from Macy's who might have worked there, store he targeted, but at the time his ex-girlfriend had not worked there in months and lived in another county. Authorities allege that Seaton called out women's name as he killed the victims. So it sounds like he was just mad at his girlfriend. So he did kill 4 women and 1 man. So could be that. Initial reporting had revealed that Seaton had completed the legal steps to become a voter and have voted 3 times, despite apparently not being a United States citizen. According to Washington Secretary of the State Kim Wyman, his vote shined a light in a hole. This is what she said: shine a light in a hole in the voter registration system, as the county auditors were not allowed to check the citizenships of voters. Wyman said she would submit a package to the legislative addressing this. It was later determined that Seaton was a national U.S. citizen, therefore was permitted to vote. I personally think that because of the act, how he did that, how he went to the theater first, he was trying to emulate or do the same thing as, because he did got James Edgar Holmes, because James Egan Holmes, the Aurora Theater shooting, which I did do an episode on, because he was doing the same thing that he was doing in the theater, but it did not work out for him, so he just went in the theater. Maybe he was going to go in the theater and kill all the women, but unlike Holmes, they found the phone and was able to stop him before he could have did a lot worse. Instead, he just went to Macy's, and sadly, he still killed 5 people, but you think about it, it could have been worse. So there you go. That's where I'm at. I'm in right outside. I'm not too far from here right now, so I'm going to talk about the truck stop I'm at. I'm going to start doing this now, see if I can, how far I get. Start talking about the truck stop, because this was my initial plan on this podcast, was to do truck stops that I'm at currently. And of course, I have my Missing Miles podcast, which I'm excited about. Go check that out if you haven't. Missing Miles. It's about unsolved murders or questionably murders and missing people. So if that's something you're interested, go check that out. But this was my plan at first, and my wife keeps telling me that that is what makes my podcast different from everybody else, because everybody else does it from their house and everything like that, where I am actually here. Kind of like Lamont at Large. If you want to see a good YouTuber, go check out Lamont at Large. This is what he does. He's on the scene. He's taking video of where it happened, taking video of the place and stuff like that. Really inspiration to me to better my channel. Lamont at Large, Lamont on the Run, and Fascinating Graveyards. Go check them out. If you do go there and comment, say Truck Stop Murder sent you, or Missing Miles, either one would be fine. But there you go. Hope you enjoyed the episode. If you do, please rate and review anywhere you listen to this, wherever you listen to it right now. Rate and review. If you can rate and review, also I'm on YouTube. Follow me. I'm trying to get that subscription up to 1,000 subscribers so I can go live on there. And that is Truck Stop Murder and True Crime on YouTube. Also, what I'm going to start doing is forget 5, forget 10, forget 20, just $1. If you could like what I'm doing, you can spare $1. I'm going to start walking around truck stops because I need a rest. I'm getting fat. So you can see all the places I go to, all the truck stops. I'm going to do a video talk about my day for that. Also, early releases, and I see that I have ads on my podcast now. Now I don't endorse none of them. I don't know what commercials are on it, but either way, if you want to hear ad free, go to Truck Stop Murder and True Crime Patreon / Truck Stop Murder and True Crime Podcast and become a Patreon. Come join me. But if you don't like me and you're still here, why? Anyhow, well, there you go. There's another episode. And as I always say, you can't fix stupid, but you can sure numb it with a 2x4. I am out of here.
Huh?